Welcome to Outlier Show. Your host Rizwan Rashid, and tonight is all about inspiring. Yes, why not? Because my guest is a brother of another mother who is all about inspiring. Because he is an award-winning motivational speaker, a business coach, corporate trainer, and a podcast winner of the Year Recipient. Daniel Gomez. Daniel Gomez, being known as Daniel Gomez Inspire. He is one of that amazing person out of Texas, inspiring, motivating, and making people move off their chair and start making action in their life. Please help me welcome tonight's guest, Daniel Gomez. Welcome to the show.
Woo, good. Hi. I'll tell you what, I've been pumped up to be here. Thank you so much, Rizwan, for having me here. And it's an honor to be here on your show. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited.
I am excited, brother, also to hearing from you, and not only hearing from you, but sharing your knowledge, expertise, and wisdom to the world of Outliers. So as the decorum of my show is to ask you, help me understand me and my audience. How do you describe yourself as an outlier?
Well, I'll tell you, it's just a person. I'm a man who loves people. And when you lead with your heart, when you lead with serving and giving value, when you bring value to the marketplace, that's what I think I do. That's who I am, right? Because I am value because I bring value, and I bring it in the form of keynote speaking, business coaching. And it's just when you lead with that, then you can't do so. I'm just a person who loves people, and I deliver a lot of value as well. So that's who I would say that Daniel Gomez Inspires is.
Yes. Daniel Gomez Inspires, bringing values. And this is the key phrase, folks. You wanted to listen and continuously listening throughout when Daniel was talking about his career trajectory. So Daniel, everybody knows you. Now you go on the stage, you speak to thousands of people, you coach businesses and to transform their businesses as well as personal life. And now you started a podcast. We're going to later on ask you a little bit more about it. But how did it all started? What was the first opportunity that just led you into this?
Well, this is the thing is in my careers, I ran multi-million-dollar corporations. They would give out these awards. And we would go back to these high schools and give out these awards with our business that we did in the automotive industry with Chevrolet. And I remember one day the principal goes, "Why don't you say a couple of words?" And I was like, "I don't have anything to say." She's like, "Okay." So I just went and sat back down, and in my heart, God said, "What are you talking about, Daniel? You know what to say. You just trained on attitude." Because even though I ran the multi-million-dollar dealership, I still did all the training because I love to pour into people. So I said, "Ma'am, maybe I can say a couple of words for like 10 minutes. Well, next thing you know, an hour later, I have 300 students yelling and screaming, "I am a winner. I am a champion. I am somebody." And that's the first taste of actually public speaking that got me. And it just started there, Rizwan. And I think so many times people want everything to be perfect, and it's not going to be perfect when you start. So when I resigned from that business 4 years ago, because my wife got diagnosed with breast cancer, it's just God put it in my heart to be a motivational speaker. But the thing is this, I had raw talent, but I was nowhere near where I am now. But it all starts with walking into what you have at that present moment.
Whoa. That is something amazing to hear. A corporate guy dealing with just the mundane step onto the stage and just capture the hearts of 300 people, and then shouting that I am the winner just transform you to a new world, introduce you to the new world, and not only for you, but a lot of others. So it's the whole thing started about 4 years ago. So how does this change open doors for you?
Well, I think when I made a decision, I had the idea, and God put in my heart, go out there and be a motivational speaker. Everybody laughed at me, Rizwan. Everybody laughed at Daniel Gomez, and they're like, "Yeah, great. You know how many Hispanic motivational speakers there are out there?" And I was like, "Well, no." They're like, "Exactly. There's none." And who are you, right? Who are you to say that you're going to do it? And I said, "Well, I don't know, but God gave me the idea. He's going to guide me." And it started by speaking. Really, I started speaking. We were just joking about it the other day because I was like, can you imagine we used to go to these networking events and you would speak at a Mexican restaurant to 40 people in a networking group. And then you go to another networking group and you speak. The thing is, everybody wants the big stages, Rizwan, but it's the reps. You got to put in the reps along your journey. And the problem is, if you're not getting enough reps into your business, into what you're doing, you're never going to have that, right? The confidence comes in the competency comes when you get the reps in there. You got to start where you're at. So the more I just kind of did these smaller networking events, then the big break came when the United States Air Force called me, a big stage. I was nervous, let me tell you. They found me through Google, but I was prepared for the moment because I had been putting in the reps behind the scenes when nobody else was watching.
That is the key phrase. That's the key phrase, folks. It ain't happened. Like, people ask them, how do you get here? So it's just a 10-year overnight success to me. Just like Daniel said, that how you wanted to reach out. And I'm sure when you were standing in front of 10 or 100 or 1,000 audience, you were still that original, authentic person who was caring about other people. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up because so many young aspiring speakers, or just in any business in general, it doesn't matter the size of the audience. If someone took the time to come see you, and whether it's 2 or 3 people in a training or in an event, or you got 1,000, the thing is you got to bring the same value every single time. You have to bring the same value. And so many people, that's a small test that the world, right? That the universe gives you that test to see, somebody paid to be here. Are you going to deliver the same amount of content and value, whether it's 2, 3, or 1,000? And that's one test that the world gives you that most people fail. And then they wonder why they struggle to get there. Because if you're not valuing that 1 or 2 person that's in front of you, then how are you going to value thousands? And I've learned to value the little things because it's really harder. I'll tell you, Rizwan, I never forget, I did a training of with 2 people in it, and it was hard. But those reps, like going back to that, now when I got 1,000, it's easy. I'll take it any day.
I know. I remember that the first day we call in a sales training, and one person showed up. Although you call it the weather was bad and traffic was crazy, but one person showed up, and I asked them, why you? And they said, because company paid for me, and that's why I came in. But remember this, of how delivering the value makes sense. I just one-on-one have this conversation. This person was related to the HR, and then when they went back to this company, that company gave me a contract of a whole year. That's how the change happened. Like, you believe in it. You deliver whatever you're going to deliver to 100 people or to 1, you're going to change the life of one person, change the whole world for you.
Yeah, exactly. But think about that. At that moment, you had a choice. You could have said, well, this guy didn't even pay for his own ticket. Forget it, right? But his business believed in you enough to send an employee, whether it's 1 or 10. And because you reacted the right way, you took ownership. You made a decision in your mind. I'm going to give it everything I have in this training with one person. You got a year contract. Think about that. Most people will not do that, Rizwan.
Yes. So Daniel, now 4 years back when you started this and this on the stage in the school, have you ever thought at that moment that life is going to be changed? Now you're just meeting thousands of people, introducing and training people. I know the other day you had that something with the faith.
Yes.
So have you ever thought at that time that this is going to be life-changing for you?
No, if you would have told me 4 years ago that I was going to have my book, right? I have my book here. I got 3 books actually. But if you would have told me I was going to be a published author, that I was going to be speaking all over the world, I was going to share the stage live with Les Brown and be with Tom Bilyeu, I would have never believed it. But I think I was crazy enough to just believe it a little bit. And I think sometimes you have to be a little bit crazy, right? You gotta be crazy enough to follow this idea, because I was crazy enough. But you know what I love more about sharing the stage with all these great speakers and what's happened is the transformation. When you speak on stage, so many times we think it's about us. It's not about me. It's about the audience. And when you connect with the heart, with the soul of your audience, and then you have a grown man or a grown woman with tears in their eyes after you speak, even with corporate trainings, that's where the true fulfillment and joy comes for me, when they're like, wow, I need to buy a book, not just for myself, but can I buy 2 for me and my son? That's how much you impact them. And that's what it's about, connecting with the hearts and the souls of your audience, because they are the star of the show. And so many young speakers think it's about us, about me. No, it's about the audience. And when you get that in your mind, when you understand it comes from that perspective, that's where the magic happens, Rizwan.
Folks, if you're listening to this is kind of a heart-to-heart conversation, but a lot of nuggets for you. And one thing, right now, what Daniel said is it's all about your audience. It's not about you. It's about audience. This is the highest maturity of a speaker who understand what is the value proposition. Here is Daniel Gomez speaking about it. So Daniel, now a lot of people are going to say, hey, I want to be a speaker too. I'm a Spanish heritage. I'm a South Asian. I'm, from Chinese, whatever the case is. How do I get started? What was your first action? What first step you took toward after you leaving that school?
Well, the thing is, you have to make the decision, first of all, that you're going to embody, right? You get the idea, you embrace it, then you got to start embodying it and really start developing that speaker identity. And right behind me, we have a big speaking academy here in Texas, in San Antonio, where we have speakers that come in from all over the country, from California, Baltimore, Washington. And we train you how to become that professional paid speaker. And when I started, I didn't have that luxury, because I went to an academy, right? But they didn't give me a speaker reel. Every professional speaker, A, you need a speaker reel. B, you need optics, pictures of you on stage. C, you need optics of you on red carpet, which we give you at Sticker Shock. And then the last thing is you need testimonials from people that are going to give you that third-party validation. And when I started doing this, I would go to these events, or I would go speak at this. I signed up for 2 academies. Not one gave me a speaker reel, and the other one wanted to sell me headshots. So I did learn it. But I think the main thing that you got to do is, A, you got to believe it for yourself in spite of what people say. Because I'll tell you, Rizwan, it's more of a mental game than it is of a skill set game. Because once you have the mental thing that's saying that this is possible for me, then you can do anything. Because this is the one thing that kills most speakers' dreams, is that they start the process, they start the journey, and then those old friends, right? Those old friends say, well, you crazy enough to believe that? Man, come on, stop dreaming, right? Or they'll say, here comes the dreamer. Or who do you think you are? And it's just because they don't have the confidence in themselves to go out there. So I would say this right now in this moment is, your dream is for you. You got to believe in your dream. Your dream is not for your cousin, even for your wife, even for your kids. Your dream is for you. And if it's a God-given dream, you have to follow that dream. And I think about just all the people that start, they're so excited, they're over here, and then they get in the middle and they quit in the middle because they never make it to that first taste of real victory. And if they were to taste that first real victory, man, they wouldn't give up. It's like golf, right? You can play the whole round of golf, terrible shots. You do one shot and you go back. That's the way you need to be seeing your speaking career or any type of business. One victory is going to change your whole perspective, Rizwan.
Beautiful. You only need one victory. Daniel Gomez is speaking with us and sharing his life trajectory right after the school where he got exposed to hundreds of people in order to deliver his dream. And now he's helping other people reach their dream. You're watching Outlier Show, your host, Rizwan Rashid, and my guest, coach, speaker, and author, Daniel Gomez. Stay tuned. We'll be right back and continuing how he is going to shine you on the highest pedestal if you want to be a speaker in the industry. Welcome back. Folks, you must have heard how transformation happens in Daniel's life, and he actually stood out in front of the school audience talking about that I am a winner, I am a champion. And not only transformation happened in student life, but it happens in his own life. And that typically happens when you're really connected with your core heart and have a true self-identity and self-awareness to move forward. Well, you have heard it all about what happened in the past and how Daniel has moved audience and helped understand his own potential. Now let's talk about how Daniel is helping other people, how he's taking the stage, a different audience, and helping, motivating, moving forward. Let's talk with Daniel about his newest quest. Daniel. Others, as you as a Sticker Shock Academy, helping other speakers come on the board, and you give a little bit in this. So tell us more how you are helping other people getting on the stage.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that really opened my eyes is that we think we want to, my mind was, well, we're showing them how to become this paid speaker. But when they come to the academy, what happens is they really transforms their life, because it's a 2-day event. It's a 2-day workshop where the first day is nothing but just learning the meat and potatoes of it. And then the second day we put them on stage. Mm-hmm. So it's amazing how when they get here, we give you the blueprint, the roadmap to the whole, develop the speaker mindset over here, doing your speaker bio. Then we show you, right, what is a speaker contract like? How do I apply? Where do I apply for these engagements? And then we give you the email templates to really communicate with the event planners and the speaker bureaus. And then the last thing about it is we show you what to charge. And then imagine yourself being on stage at the end of this, and you're on stage and somebody gives you a check for $5,000, $7,000 for sharing your story and speaking. And we give you it from the A to Z. And the beautiful thing about it is when people go through this process, they experience sticker shock. It's an experience, because when it changes your heart, everything else changes. And when you come to sticker shock, the experience changes you. And then you have the confidence, the belief, the identity as a speaker that I can go out there and take these tangible items that Daniel's given me through Sticker Shock Speaking Academy, your professional speaker reel, your optics, your testimonials, the pictures on the red carpet. And now you know how to take that action plan. So you're not lost and not knowing what to do. And most young speakers, I'll say this, I myself, Rizwan, I have invested over $100,000 in myself to get to where I'm at. And I don't mind giving free advice or mentoring somebody here and there. But when somebody wants to be a professional speaker, it's going to take an investment. And you know that, think about a McDonald's. Before any McDonald's franchise comes up, you have to invest over $1 million into that franchise before you sell one hamburger, one French fry. Yeah. And that's the mentality that you need to have, is if you're going to be the speaker, you're not going to invest $1 million, of course, but you're going to have to make an investment. And I myself have done over $100,000. But through Speaker Academy, we give you, our value proposition is this: you're going to get the most bang for your investment, because most speaking academies that I've been to, they charge you almost double, if not triple. And it's an investment for less than $4,000. We're going to give you all these things. And we're going to show you how to do it. And above that, most of our speakers, like right now, we're having our women's conference here in October the 16th. Our MC is one of our students, Maria Rodriguez. She's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. She's blossomed. She came out of her shell. Because you know what the other beautiful thing about when you leave Sticker Shock, not only do you come to the community, not only do you experience it, but you realize that your voice is more powerful than you knew, that your voice really matters. Mm-hmm. And you can see the back, right? The world needs to hear your story, and Sticker Shock helps you how to monetize and get paid for that. So we give you all the tangibles, but not only after that, afterwards, we give you the support, because you're part of our Sticker Shock Speaking Academy community on Facebook, and also through the different messaging sources that we have here at our Sticker Shock Speaking Academy organization.
Beautiful. Folks, if you're listening to this, you just heard the magical phrase that I was looking for. The world needs to hear your story. Yes, folks. And if you have that dream of putting on the stage and sharing your story and transforming other people's life, this is the moment. This is the moment you connect with Daniel Gomez, because he is giving other speakers an opportunity to learn from the guru who have invested in himself. Because if without investment of your time, effort, and money, you can't get anywhere else in all parts of life, and especially in any professional skill setting. Now, how do you help people get more opportunities towards speaking business?
Well, the beautiful thing is there's opportunity all around us. We just don't know where to look for it. Right? There's opportunity everywhere. And then once we show you where to focus on, we give you the applications to submit, and we show you where to find these opportunities. A good example is this. Michelle Hoskins, she came to us. She was frustrated, was about to give up being a speaker, didn't know where to go, how to apply. After leaving the Sticker Shock Speaking Academy, within 2.5 weeks, she booked her first live $5,000 paid speaking engagement on leadership. Because she had the tangibles, she had everything she needed. And then second of all, Anthony Pollard came to us, Tony Pollard. He came, he had gone to a more prominent conference with the NSA, some type of training. And he goes, I learned more at your academy than I did at this higher caliber name that was out there. So when you come to Sticker Shock, we're going to give you the value. And since Tony just left here 2 weeks ago, he's on the verge of getting 2 propositions signed, 2 agreements for thousands of dollars within less than 2 weeks of leaving Sticker Shock Speaking Academy.
Boom. This is what everybody wants to hear, right? This is what everybody wants to hear, is the success stories, helping other people getting more success. So if you are aspiring speaker here from Canada, yes, Daniel Gomez in Texas, and he would love to host you, helping get the sticker shock you are looking for to make that to the next stage. Because when you learn, and then that the next stage comes, is you earn, and then you move forward in your life. Because once you see that success coming to you, you can help other people find that success. So Daniel, you are author, you're a business coach, you're a speaker, and also running this Sticker Shock Academy. What is the latest quest going on right now in your life?
Well, really, the beautiful thing is, I want to tell speakers is that you have to learn to trademark yourself. Most young businesses, they never trademark themselves, and then they lose that brand recognition because somebody started using what they're doing. So I've been trademarking what I'm doing. And right now I have the next big move is I'm writing my new book. We started that here about a month ago. That book is going to be an amazing course, and it's going to change people's lives. And it's going to be breakthrough, because people need what I'm going to deliver. So coming into 2022, the first quarter, be expecting a brand new book, a brand new course. We're going to have new conferences, new events on this course, because I'm really in this to help people. And I'll just say this, it's going to really, really help people live a better life. But that's going to be coming in 2022. So to answer your question, we got a book, we got a course, we got new events around the book and the course, and it's going to transform thousands of lives, because people are ready for this. And not only that, they need it, Rizwan. So I'm excited about the next big, huge things we have, right? It's going to be exciting, because I really love delivering, right? I want your audience to hear this. The amount of value you deliver to the marketplace is the amount that the marketplace is going to pay you. So if you want a wage increase, if you want to make more money, if you want to take yourself from hundreds to thousands, deliver more value. What type of value? How much value you deliver to the marketplace? And I'm tired of playing small. I got a real bigger vision for myself now, Rizwan. So that's the next thing I'm going to carry into this next season of business. I'm not thinking just Texas. I'm thinking global. And we want to bring global impact to help the people around the world. And we're going to do that through this next season of our business with the book, the course, and then the events we're going to bring worldwide.
Woo! And that's the next step we are doing for you to bring into Canada, and having that international exposure for you to reaching out all the Canadian aspiring speakers to make their decision, creating their identity, and stepping into their dreams. Folks, if you're listening to this is, the inspiring speaker does is to elevate your level of energy so you can really reach out and start doing what you are about to do it happen. So, Daniel, now all people going to say, how do I connect with Daniel? Where's to go? How do we connect to Daniel Gomez, the Sticker Shock Academy?
Well, my email is easy, right? It's Daniel@DanielGomezSpeaker.com. That's Daniel@DanielGomezSpeaker.com. Send me an email. You know what? Call me directly. I want to do this for your audience. They can call me directly at 210-663-5954. That's 210-663-5954. And you can definitely go to our website and send me a message to our website at DanielGomezSpeaker.com. That's DanielGomezSpeaker.com. And we would love to hear from you. And definitely our branding is Daniel Gomez Inspires is our brand. So I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Pinterest. Send us a message on one of these platforms, whichever one is your favorite. And we want to help you get your speaking career started. And not only that, we want to help you become a better human being, because when you become a better human being, you take more risk, you take more action, and plus you give more back to your community. So it's all about giving back. And the more you can give back, I'll tell you this, God will always give you more than you can give back.
Amen. Amen to that. Folks, if you just remember, this is the best of the best speaker does. They start from one quest and round it up and bring it to you. Now, when I asked Daniel, how do you describe yourself? And he said, I love people and I provide value. And now in the last moment of our talk, he's talking about how he's helping you deliver your value to others so people can respond back, whether respond back with the fame, respond back with the name, or respond back the money you deserve. And all coming back from the God who's going to help you reach that audience. This is very inspiring talk, Daniel. I wanted to connect with you. Folks, if you're looking at your screen, you can see the Daniel direct phone number is 210-663-5954 or DanielGomezSpeaker.com. Connect with him and you will be able to get that sticker shock that you always were looking for. Daniel, this is amazing. I declare you an outlier. And now I want you to, at the end of our session, wanted to leave our outliers inspiring message.
Well, I want to tell your outliers this. There's nothing in the world that you cannot do. There's nothing in the world that you cannot do. Anything is possible. With God, anything is possible. So if you have that idea in your mind, it might be a crazy idea. It may be an idea like, where did this come from? That's God. That's the universe delivering that message to you because they're trying to give you this. Don't ignore it because you might not know how to do it. You don't have to. Your job is just to believe, because the same way that Rizwan asked me, when I started 4 years ago, I had no idea I was going to be here being an international speaker, author, podcast. None of that was in my horizon. None of that was in my vision. But I just thought I was crazy enough to believe it's possible. And when anything is possible, go out there. That idea you have, go do it. Because if God can take mold and turn stinky old mold into penicillin, which is good for the body, what is not good for you? Right now you see that, but God can take whatever you have that's not good in your life. And when you give him the space and the place, imagine what he can turn your life into, because I've seen it in my own life. I'm no better than you and anybody here listening or watching. I was just crazy enough to believe that God could do it for me. Because like my brother Rizwan said, we are all deserving once you realize how much you're loved by God. This is Daniel Gomez Inspire saying, if no one's ever told you they believe in you, I'm telling you right now, I believe in you.
Hello. Awesome. This is Daniel Gomez, the inspiring speaker from Texas and ruling all the hearts and minds all over this. And folks, that is our Outlier show for tonight. I hope we have inspired you, we have moved you, and you have learned from Daniel how he has transformed his life and how he's transforming a lot of other lives. Do connect with him at danielgomezglobal.com, at the Sticker Shock Academy. If you want your voice start inspiring, changing, moving lives of so many, because your voice matters, your message matters. Signing it off with one hope, that you find your voice and you find your audience that you are capable to move. Outlier Show.